In the last lecture we made items deletable, but still we can end up with lists that are too long to fit on one page. And unlike in the web, we don't get scrolling bars automatically. Let's have a look at the official documentation again. There is a useful component. Do you see it here? It's ScrollView. ScrollView can be used to wrap a container to automatically allow us to scroll, to basically add scrolling functionality. Because you have to keep in mind, on a native app, scrolling in the end is just handling touch events correctly. You have to be able to handle the fact that the user pushes the screen down with his finger. And therefore, ScrollView is basically a component which handles these touch events for you to automatically change your viewport. So let's go back to our application, and in the place list here maybe, let's import ScrollView instead of the normal view. So now let's use ScrollView here and replace the view in JSX with ScrollView. And let's see. Let's go back to our application. If I now reload it, let's add a couple of Munichs to this page. And now you see I can scroll this list. So I got this nice scrolling behavior which really looks and feels native. And I still can delete the item if I click on it. So that also works, but it's also intelligent to recognize when I want to scroll and when I want to delete. So let's delete a couple of ones. Now we're back, and I still can scroll, of course, but I can't scroll outside of, well, where it makes sense, essentially. Also notice that the input stays in line, stays in place. So let's do the same for Android. Let me decrease that. There, I can scroll too, as you see. So this is all working nice, this is all working as it should, and it's nice to have a solution for cases where your items exceed the space on the device. More about how to manage the space you have available can be found in the styling section later in the course, by the way. But ScrollView is really only great in places where you basically know how many elements you're going to have. For this list, we can add thousands of elements theoretically, and here you won't really notice an issue. But on slower devices, for very long lists, using the scroll view is not ideal, because it's very inefficient. It renders all items at once, and if you have a very long list, this can eat up a lot of performance. Therefore, there's a better solution to that. Let's have a look at it in the next lecture.